This video is brought to you today by Ghost Tags. This is my own company that I started because I wanted a glow-in-the-dark AirTag case. These things are awesome. You can stick them on your backpack, on your dog's collar, and you will be able to find it at night. We've got two colors, blue and green. They've got great reviews. Go check them out. Links to them down below. Now on to the video. Hey guys, what's up? I'm Slim and you're watching Slimothy TV. In this video, we're going to talk about AccuWeather for the iPhone. Now this application, oh man, I've gone back and forth on whether or not I like it just because it's got a huge subscription fee. And let's just get that out of the way first. This is not a free app. It costs like maybe $20 or $30 a year for different tiers. And then if you want the family plan, it's $60 for the ultra, whatever. I got that one just so that my fiance could use it as well. But $60 a year for a weather app seems steep. However, after using it, I do actually quite like it. Now, a lot of people are complaining that the Apple Weather app hasn't been working. So a lot of people are switching apps. And AccuWeather is one that people are flocking to, which seems a bit weird to me considering one of their data sources is Apple Weather, but it seemed to work fine for me. And I actually use Apple Weather as a data source for this. Now I've got it on light mode here. We can switch it to dark mode just to show you what it looks like. I think it looks so much better in dark mode, but I have to do light mode for the video. Unfortunately, it looks better. So let's do that. Anyways, here it is. I've just got Charlotte pulled up here. And right off the bat, I've already majorly customized this screen. I spent probably 6 hours customizing this app, and there's so many customizations you can do. I love it. So yours is probably not going to look like this. Actually, it's not going to look like this until you do something about it. Let's quickly talk about the interface. So you got your name at the top. You can switch to different locations depending on where you want. But let's just click back on Charlotte here and pull it up. I'm going to click on the number at the top and you can see all the metrics. So I can see the temperature, feels like, wet bulb temperature, Celsius, everything. I've added it all here so I can just look at it. Gives you a quick briefing at the top, rain for the hour. Very nice, easy to glance at. So it says rain from 7 to 11. The first thing I want to point out, this app doesn't have to be a dick to you. You can change that in the settings and change how Carrot talks to you. I have mine set to the professional version because I don't want this app cursing at me and saying stupid. I want it to just give me the fucking weather. But anyways, I digress. You can see right here, it is raining right now. So if I click on that, I can actually see a very good graph here about the intensity of the rain. So you can see right there, as well as the precipitation chance right here on the left. I can drag my finger. So very nice to see that. It also gives you tons of explanations about what things are. So I really like that. If you're not sure like what the wet bulb temperature means, you can click on it and read about it. I have mine set to give me the temperature up here, the high, the low, humidity, and the feels like. I think that looks good. Right here, I can scroll through the daily forecast, which is very nice. I have it set to show me the rain chance, as well as the inches, like how much, and the wind gust and wind speed, because I like to keep an eye on that. And you can set different parameters. So if you don't want this to show up at a UV index of 5, you could make it show up at 6 instead. So if you're not worried about 5, but I have mine set to show up, I think over 3. It'll show up here and give me an alert. I got 1.3 inches of rain coming in the next 24 hours if I lived in Charlotte. That tells me the gusts. I could click on that and dig deeper into a graph here. I could even go into the future here and see what it's going to be like. Very, very cool. I like that. I like that I can just drill down into anything I want at a moment's notice. So here is the moon phase. Here is the weekly. Now this is cool. I have completely customized this to be even more useful. So it's got these little graphs here so you can quickly visually see. I also have the day numbers showing up under. I also have the Celsius temperatures right there. I can try to learn Celsius a little bit more. I have the rain percentage chance and how much, as well as the UV index and the wind gusts. So I have all that right here at my fingertips. I love it. It makes it so much easier to use the app. Really like that this is so customizable. I also have the air quality and I have a full map. So if I click on that, it's going to give me a full radar. And there's a lot you can change about this, but I have mine set up to be pretty much maxed out. It's a very good radar. It does kill the battery though. So Carrot developer, if you're watching this, bro, you got to fix the battery drain because this thing heats up my phone like crazy. It also has a forecast so you can see the future radar that it suspects. If I go back here, I can actually turn on individual radars, not only the base reflectivity, but also the base velocity. Now, if you don't know what this is, don't worry about it. It's just very cool that you can actually look into this stuff on this app. I didn't even know that it existed until I messed around with it some more. You can also see the current watches and warnings across the entire nation. And of course, there are a ton of layers that you can choose. Like I said, I've got mine pretty much maxed out. So yeah. But again, I don't know why this heats up my phone so much. Like just sitting on this map is already heating up my phone. The My Radar app doesn't do that. And I've got way more layers than this. So interesting nonetheless. I also have these tiles set up. So I've got the golden hour, blue hour, And then I've got all of this data right here. I set this data point so that I could just easily get to something. Pressure, I can take a look at what the pressure is going to be like, just clicking on it. I mean, this is fantastic. Super, super customizable. I love it. Now, one of the best parts besides customizing it is changing your data source. So if you're an Ultra Club member or whatever like I am, you can actually change your data source as much as you want. So here are the options. Dark sky is gone, by the way, but I have found that AccuWeather is pretty dang reliable. It's better than AccuWeather, even though AccuWeather can be better at some things. AccuWeather gives you access to the pollen. So if I go back here, now I'm using AccuWeather. Actually, I'm gonna show you a different way. I'm gonna go back to AccuWeather. So this is the default. It's always gonna use AccuWeather. I've got these things downloaded as well. But if you wanna quickly change it on the fly, it's very easy. Just click up here, swap source, AccuWeather. And here's what AccuWeather thinks. But one thing I hate about it is that this is always pretty much pegged at 75% chance of rain. It never changes. That makes me mad. I didn't like it, so I switched it. But this is AccuWeather's data. And if I switch back to AccuWeather data, here's that. So you can see it does change quite a bit. The different data sources have different data, as you might expect. Now, jumping back to the 10-day forecast, I can scroll through those, but I can also click on one and see a little bit more about it. And I can even switch to a different day by just dragging right here. Very, very easy. And yes, they thought about you too. If you click this up here, the lefty mode switches it to the other side. So they've thought of pretty much everything for this app. Let's go righty mode. That's an overview. I've kind of customized my toolbar down here to show the high and low as well as current whatever it's doing. So it says thunderstorms right now. If you click caret, it has like some missions and achievements and stupid stuff that I don't really care about. It's kind of fun to go through and do them, but not really something I have time for. And then settings. I mean, I could go through this for an hour, but general settings, I mean, you can see what you got here. I'm not going through all of this. I'll just quickly go through them just to show you. I already showed you this one. You can also enter your personal weather station, which is cool. Here are notifications, which are super customizable. You can change these to be whatever you want. Umbrella reminders, sunscreen reminders, morning report, evening report, sunrise, sunset. I mean, there's so much. You can make your own notifications. Live activities, if you want that to show, it can show you the rain. Widgets, you can add a bunch of different widgets, which like you saw, I have. Layouts, this is where stuff gets, it turns into a rabbit hole for real, because you can change your layout completely. I'll just show you the gallery here. I mean, you can change so much about this app. It's almost ridiculous. Like I said, I spent 6 hours perfecting mine. So once you start doing it, you kind of fall into a hole. Like I said, I customized my tab down here. You can do more if you want or less. You can also hide it, which I don't recommend. That freaked me out when I tried that. Display, you can change the theme, the icon set. You got tons of different icons that you can use within the application. You also have different themes. So I'm doing system theme, but you can change the colors. So if I wanted pink, you can see everything changed to pink, but I don't want that. I want blue. You can change the font, text size, stuff like that, all at the tip of your finger. App icon, they got a bunch in here that you can change. Whatever app icon you want. I think these are pretty funny right here. Okay, Boomer, Influencer, Bot Factory, Sex Machine, Aliens, Looper. I mean, we all know what they're kind of getting at there. That's funny. So yeah, the only thing I can majorly criticize is this stupid AI bot right here. They just added this in and they want you to tip them money to get chats. And I think that is lame as hell. You're paying $60 a year for this. Come on. It's a bad look. I guess that's not crucial to the weather portion of this. And just a quick tip. I swear I read in the FAQs that if you don't have the Ultra membership, there's like 3 tiers or 2 tiers. You can't quickly change your data source on the fly. And you can only change it like once every now and then or something. So don't quote me on that, but I swear I read that somewhere. That's a big major red flag. And if that is the case, I highly recommend getting the more expensive tier, the Ultra that lets you change it on the fly, because I probably switched mine 100 times in one day just to kind of compare and see which one was the most accurate. Of course, now I don't need to change it anymore, but I found that AccuWeather seems to be the best. Like it seems to be most accurate with the rain and all that. But of course your mileage may vary. But yeah, that's caret weather. How do I explain this? Basically like every single weather app combined into one. Dark sky, AccuWeather, AccuWeather, Weather Channel, all of that combined into one. And then you're given the customization to make it however you want, if that makes sense. It's kind of hard to understand because I had the free trial, which I think you guys could probably get to, and I didn't like it. And I didn't think it was customizable. It's because I didn't put the time in. If you spend a little bit of time customizing it, you'll see that there's just a lot you can do. So props to the developer for thinking of this. A very slick app. It's won a lot of rewards, I think, for being, super clean. There's some bugs here and there. Overall, I've enjoyed my time with this app. So caret weather, check it out, guys. Links down below. Again, it's kind of expensive. Very cool app though, nonetheless. And these widgets are awesome. They look really good. They look better than Apple's. During the daytime, they're even more vibrant. They're like nice blue. If you liked the video, hit the big thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.